This is from November 4th, 2025. Family searching for answers 6 months after Pine Bluff mother's disappearance. So nearly 6 months after 43-year-old Joynell Brandon vanished, her family and the Pine Bluff Police Department are renewing their pleas for information that could bring the mother of 3 home. According to police, Brandon was last heard from on May 13th when she sent a text message to her family asking them to leave the door open because she would be on her way home later that night. She never returned, and both her family and police say that phone calls and text messages from her phone stopped completely after that last one that she sent, I believe, to her daughter to open the door, to unlock the door, to let her in. John Worthen, who's the public information specialist for the Pine Bluff PD, says, we really want people to know that this woman, this mother of 3, who is as beloved as you can imagine, is still out there. According to Worthen, Joynell was last seen in the area of University Drive, wearing black leggings, a black and gold blouse, and carrying a rainbow-colored purse. She is described as 5 foot 2 inches tall, weighing around 220 pounds, with red tinted hair. Worthen said the department pursued several leads early in the investigation, but many unfortunately went cold. Joynell's daughter, Markeisha Johnson, remembers the night that she last saw her mother vividly. Markeisha says, on May 13th, I was home with my mother and my brother before she left to go to a friend's house for game night. We dropped her off around 8 p.m. that evening. And then later, around 1:45 a.m., she texted me asking me to open the door, but she never came home. So when Markeisha woke up for work around 4 a.m., her mother's phone was no longer accepting messages or phone calls. So that meant the phone was either dead or turned off or disabled somehow. She said hours went by with still no word from her mother. According to Markeisha, a family friend told them that her mother, now this is getting into some of updated information, that she was told that a family friend told them that her mother had been picked up from his home on West Fluker Street between 1:45 and 1:50 a.m. Markeisha says he said it was a white pickup truck. So it went from being a white box truck. Now they say it's a white pickup truck. Sorry, ads jumped up here. He said it was a white pickup truck that picked up my mother, and that the man that was driving it was one of my mom's friends. So that's a new little bit of information that was not included when this first went out. It was just stated, or information was given, that it was a white box truck that picked her up, and supposedly the witnesses said they didn't know who was driving the truck. So Markeisha said the family later spotted a similar truck in the area when they approached this man that Markeisha believes is responsible for her mother's disappearance. She said he gave conflicting statements. And once again, this is updated new information. First, he said that he didn't even know Joynell. Then he said that he hadn't spoken to her in weeks. And then he later claimed that he dropped her off around the corner from her home. So he's had at least 3 different stories, allegedly, apparently, according to Joynell's daughter. So the man that Markeisha believes is responsible for Joynell's disappearance is currently being held in custody in the Jefferson County Jail on unrelated charges. So that's another bit of new information that we had not known, or that had not been released. Markeisha says he is not being held on anything related to my mother, but I believe that there's clear evidence that, I'm assuming that means that, there's clear evidence in her opinion that he is responsible, or at the very least knows something about what happened to her mother. And she says that I don't understand why more has not been done. So Markeisha says that she's been leaning on her father during what she calls the hardest time in her life. I can't imagine. Markeisha says, I will never lose faith that my mother is alive and well and will come home. There are times I feel her presence telling me to keep my head up and to stay strong. So Joynell, who's affectionately known as Cookie, is described by her daughter as a warm, energetic woman. She loved to dance. She loved to help others. Markeisha says she was the life of the party, always caring and always ready to lend a hand. She would never just leave her children behind. So in the month since her disappearance, Markeisha said the time has taken an emotional toll on her. Absolutely. She said she has taken a leave of absence from work. She has begun therapy to cope with the pain and the grief and everything else that goes with having a missing loved one. She says it's been mentally draining, but I will keep fighting to keep her name alive until we get justice for my mom. So as Markeisha and the rest of the family continue to search for answers, they, along with the Pine Bluff police, are asking anyone with information to come forward. Absolutely. What do we say here? If you know something, say something. If you saw something, say something. If you know something, if you heard something, anything, please come forward. Markeisha says she is out there somewhere and we will not stop looking until we bring her home. So thank God. I'm glad that article finally loaded because it had a lot, like I said, until this article came out in November, early November. It contained lots and lots of this new information about the pickup truck. It was a white pickup truck. Allegedly, the person driving it was somebody who knew Joynell. That information was not available or given out when the story first came out. Apparently, at least her family, Joynell's family, thinks that this friend that picked her up has something to do with her disappearance. So just lots of new information. So anyway, as always, I will absolutely keep following this story, and if anything else develops, I will let you guys know. We will talk about it again. But until then, please, and I will put a flyer. I'll post it on my Facebook page and put it on my community tab. Please share it. Keep sharing it. Keep sharing it. Keep Miss Joynell's face out there. Hopefully soon. Her best case scenario is she'll come home alive and well, or at least some tips or information will come in.